Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today I want to talk a little bit about an upcoming Kickstarter project. So the folks over at GameHub sent me a copy of this dice tower. From my understanding, there's going to be a small model, which is what you're seeing here, and a larger, taller model that will contain more of those little modules that you see inside there. These things kind of slide in and out, and you can use these little modules as much as you want. These modules take the form of a number of different things. Mainly they're, I guess, component trays. So on one component tray, there's a divider. On another component tray that I saw, there were no dividers. So you can use as many of these as you see fit, in addition to the product being an actual dice tower. So as far as the Kickstarter project is concerned, at this point in time, I do not have an exact date, nor do I have a Kickstarter link. So I cannot tell you what the tiers are going to be, the price is going to be for supporting this project on Kickstarter. The developers just simply told me you'll get a link when the product actually launches on Kickstarter. So unfortunately, I can't give you much more information on that, and all I can really provide to you at this point in time is just a quick unboxing and look at this particular model. And again, this is the smaller model, but as you can see, there's still a lot of little component trays. I mean, there's just so many. I don't know if I would be able to use that many in some of the games that I play. There's even one component tray that has a lid on it, so you can actually store stuff inside it. I'm not exactly sure when or how I would use that. Maybe if I had to like mix up components or something like that real quick, I suppose I could throw them in there. Or even for storage, if there's a game that I play on a regular basis. And each of these component trays have little metallic magnets on it. So it kind of keeps these things together so that they don't just fly apart very easily. In fact, the lid itself doubles as the dice tray bottom where the dice roll out onto, and they have magnets as well. So all you got to do is put it near the dice tower, and they kind of all just sort of mesh together really nicely. There was no instruction or rule book with my prototype copy. When I say prototype, from my understanding, my copy will be the exact same as the copy that people will get should they support this particular product. But I did not receive any sort of instruction book on how to get the dice tower set up. Like, I had a hard time getting the little pieces to sort of fit together to form the actual dice tower. I eventually figured it out, but it would have been nice to have some kind of instruction on this larger piece goes here and this smaller piece goes here. The magnets will lock the piece in place, and then once you have everything set up, it functions. It does really well. It's just me being challenged when it comes to assembling things. It took me like 5 minutes to figure out how to get the smaller and larger pieces, and there's just me throwing dice into the dice tray to show you that it does indeed work. Although if you're going to throw like 30 in there, you may want to like spring for the larger model, because I'm sure the lid will be a little bit bigger than that. But yeah, my first impressions of this particular product were good. Again, I don't want to say too much. Like, I don't want to review the product because, again, this is like pre-Kickstarter. And I know the developer told me that, this is going to be representative of the finished product, but there's always something that changes. In my 5 to 10 years of reviewing products, there's always some kind of stretch goal. There's always some kind of thing. There's a mess up at the factory, so these pieces are now plastic instead of wood, whatever. Different things like that. So I'm not going to sit here and fully review it, but I will say that I was very impressed by it, and I do intend to use it. I love how diverse it is in terms of the different component trays. I love how the magnets keep things together. I just wish that there was an instruction booklet to help guide me as to how to set up the dice tower itself when all the pieces are removed. So yeah, I will link this in the below description once I have an actual Kickstarter page. But all in all, it does what it says it does, and it does it well. I was very impressed by this. Well, this is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you all next time. Take care.